welcome to the podcast. Let's talk today about networking. Now, that might strike a bit of a fear response in you, and understandably so, because what most people think about networking is that it's cold calling, knocking on doors, introducing yourself, handing a card out like, "Hi, my name is so and so, and I'm just want to let you know that I'm the best chiropractor in town, or I'm the best functional medicine person in town, and I really want to help your people." No, 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 no. If that's what you think networking is, I am going to say hard no on that. What we're going to talk about today is a different strategy that you can use to network. But the trick is we're going to make it a bit of a hybrid networking, and we're going to make it a customized hybrid version of networking. Are you ready? All right. Unless you're driving, grab a piece of paper and a pen. You're going to want to jot this down because got a little sticky note right here. And I am going to give you my 5 steps to network and make friends along the way and get people to fall over to be able to work with you. Are you ready? Do you want a little bit of that? It's awesome. Like when you start doing these types of things in your business, you are going to be shocked at how well they work. Here we go. So when you think about networking, I don't want you to think about cold calling. We're not doing this. The first thing that I want you to know about the first step is we're going to make a list of 25, 50, if you want the bonus points, whoever's given the bonus points, I don't know, but at least 25. My recommendation is 50. I want you to write down 50 people that you know that could be potentially at some point in the future could be beneficial to help you achieve your mission. Now, I want to say this could be a banker. It could be someone that you know at a local, like the Chamber of Commerce. It could be someone in a networking group. It might be local optometrist that maybe a lot of your patients go visit this optometrist and you don't particularly know this person, but they could be potential, they could potentially benefit your business and vice versa. You already have mutual patients with this optometrist, so they're in your networking circle. So whether you know them or you don't know them, I don't want you to think about it as cold calling. We're going to make a list of 25. I would prefer 50, but I don't want to scare you away. So just go with me on this. Yeah, right? So I'm going to say 50 because let's just shoot for the moon. Yeah, let's do it. So we're going to say 50 people and make this list. And these 50 people, when you're thinking about it, as I said, they are going to have something that's going to they have something or that is either going to benefit you or the two of your businesses have something in common. Now, one of the examples I like to use is, let's say you're a fertility person. You specialize in all things fertility, mamas, babies, pregnancy, all of that. That's one of the things that I absolutely love. Now, someone that might be a good person in your quote network might be the doulas in your town, might be the midwives in your town, could be the lactation consultants in your town. It could be someone who owns a maternity shop, or I don't know if they even have those anymore, but like something that has to do with your niche. It might be someone that you know that has a thing at the farmer's market and they sell baby eczema creams or something. Just think outside the box. Could be somebody who does maybe placenta encapsulation or something that has to do with your niche. So you can think about it real micro like that, but I also want you to go out and think big picture macro, which is the bank, which is a local business, someone that you could network with that might really be able to serve you in your business. It doesn't necessarily have to do with patients. I don't want you to think about that. Like the first example I gave you definitely did. But a bank doesn't. A bank has to do with you as a business person. Maybe it's a bookkeeper. Maybe it's an accountant. Maybe it's a lawyer. Maybe it's, I don't know, pick your people. But I want you to think about it from a macro view and also down at that level micro view as it has to do with your niche, your patients, etc. So these should be, they could be, people in the community, but typically I think about them as being like business professionals or someone who has some kind of influence in that way. or they own a business. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to write this list of 50 people. Okay. You may want to do this in Excel or in a Google Sheet, or, if you have a notepad, you can do that too. But I love either using like Excel or a Google Sheet. Even Asana works, or Trello. In the Clinical Business Academy right now, we're in the middle of a sprint and we're working on some social media things, and we're using Trello. And so far, everybody is loving Trello. It's a good entry point into like project management. And this is one of those things that would be great for Trello. So you're going to make your list of 50. That's step number 1. Okay. Just follow me here. Step number 2 is I want you to write down something that you know about each one of them. Okay. Just one thing that you know about them. So maybe you know that, let's say the banker has 2 kids and one of them plays soccer with your neighbor's son. I don't know, just making it up. So you're going to find the thing something little tidbit of information that you know about that person. Now, here's one of the best ways to do that is go stalk them on Facebook or Instagram. Go learn a little bit about them. Do this when you're sitting at home in the evening. Don't make a big deal about it, but just say, hey, I'm going to go sniff out, see what I can uncover for the local whoever. So you're going to find out one thing something that you know about. They went to school at such and such a local place, or I don't know, they grew up in New York, or just something. Okay. We just want a point of connection. That's all. Okay. Because remember, what do they call it? 7 degrees of separation. Somebody always knows somebody who knows somebody. So we just want to find that one point. Okay. That's number 2. So on your spreadsheet, you're going to put your name of your 50 people. And then to the best of your ability, you don't have to maybe do all 50 right away, but the goal would be to write the one thing down about each person that goes in the next column. So what's one little interesting fact or tidbit that you need to know about that person? Okay. That's the second column. Number 3, I want you to write down the method by which you're going to contact them. Now I'm going to talk to you about the contact part in a second. So don't panic. Don't run. I got you. So I want you to write down in the third column how you're going to contact them. Now, there are a variety of ways that you can do that. You can call them, like easy. You can send a DM or a message on Facebook or some other channel, but usually they're on there. So if they have a very active presence on Instagram, then you might want to send a direct message. You can send them a note, like a little handwritten note, or buy a card. Actually, go buy a card. You could schedule an appointment to take them out to lunch. Just say, hey, I just would love to take you out to lunch. You could also do an in-office visit. You could invite them in person to your office, or you could meet them somewhere depending on the relationship you have with them, but you could say, hey, you want to meet for coffee? So you could go have some kind of an in-person visit. You can also send them just a Loom video. If you don't know what Loom is a free video software, free application that you can use, and you just hit the record button and it'll record your face, your screen, or a combination of both. But you can just do a quick Loom video. You just grab the link for that Loom video, stick it in an email, and send that video in an email. So you're going to write down how the best method you think is to contact everyone. Now, what I'm not doing is advocating that you send out one big mass email to all these people and say, hey, my name is Dr. So-and-so, and I'm here to help your patients and grow the community, and I'm the best. And if you want functional, no, we're not doing that. That's a no. If you do that, you're not my people. You're not my people. My people, you're here because you're my people. My people, we're going to do this authentically. We're going to do this with integrity. We're going to do this with intention, and we're going to have a very focused outcome. So first, we have the name of the people, name up 50, calling it 50. Second column, one cool, interesting fact about them. Third column, how you think the best way is to contact them. Okay, there's that. So if it's email, get their email. If it's you're going to send a note card, get their address, business, home, whatever. Number 4, the fourth column, you are going to write down the date that you are going to contact them. You're going to do 3 a week. Okay, 3 a week. Now, when you do these contacts, here's what we're going to do. You're going to write down the date that you're going to do it, that you're going to contact them. Now, this is what I want to explain a little further. let's say you're going to send a handwritten note and you know that your banker grew up in the neighboring town and played football on the neighboring, town that was competition, something. I'm not a sports person, so don't ask me about this. Anyway, you have some fun fact that has to do with sports, and it's this man banker. He's been in banking forever at this little local bank, and you really appreciate that. And you happen to have your accounts there. And so you just handwrite a note, and you're going to handwrite a note and say, here, your dear, John, the banker. And you're going to say, hey, I was just thinking about you the other day and how much I really appreciate and love working with your bank. You guys have been great to me. I think we don't take enough time to just say thank you and just appreciate for the little things. Your receptionist, the person that answers the phone is always great. The tellers are always really nice. And, you hire really well. And I just love the feel of the business. It just feels really good in here. I know I'm a girl. I'm going to get all up in the feely things, but you do you. You're going to write it however you want, but I want you to be very authentically, you want to compliment them. You want to just like pay it forward, friend. Like pay it forward. Be kind, be generous with your words. Your words don't cost you a thing. All this is going to cost you is a little bit of time and a stamp on the card. So you're going to just write the note out and just send it. You're not asking for anything. Nothing. You just write it out and you're going to send it. Now, whoever at the bank that's opening the mail is going to see this. They're going to read it, even though it's addressed to John the banker. They're going to open it. Maybe he will, but they're going to read it and go, oh my gosh, that was like so nice. Dr. Ben Jones signed the card, DC, Life and Spine Wellness Center or whatever. And that's it. You just send it. Probably John the banker is going to pick up the phone and call you because he's a networker too. He's going to pick the phone up and call you and say, well, thanks so much. That was really nice. I'd love to actually have lunch with you and find out a little bit more about what what you've got going on. Now, John the banker wants your business. He wants to keep his people happy. And you want John the banker to take really good care of you. And besides that, John the banker probably has a wife who's like menopausal. And so you get to talk about what you do. And she doesn't know anything about alternative medicine. And you get to talk about what you do. And pretty soon, you and John the banker are buds. And now John the banker is referring his wife, who he thinks is crazy, and he's sick and tired of sleeping with her because all she's doing is throwing the covers off and on, all night. And it's 32 degrees in their bedroom. He's freezing to death, and she's laying naked on top of the covers. Like, you know how this goes. So now John the banker is going to be your best friend. So now you just made a new friend. Then you're going to go to somebody else on your list. Doesn't matter if they're in order, but each week you're going to pick 3 people. I did not say 3 people a day, 3 people per week. That's it. So easy. So you're going to choose those 3 people and you're going to pick the method. Remember, you wrote that down. Maybe you're going to make a phone call. Great. Just pick up the phone, call them and just say, hey, I just want to say thanks. I really appreciate you in the community. You are a Mr. Dr. Optometrist person. Thank you so much. I hear so many good things about you. And I just wanted to pick the phone up and call and say thanks. You take great care of my patients and they love working with you. And we've never had the chance to meet, but I just wanted to call and tell you thank you. And I'm just so grateful. And if I'm referring people to you because the feedback I've had from you is just so great. Well, man, how's Mr. Optometrist going to feel? Super happy? Go, wow, that's just so nice. And well, how about you? Gosh, that's really, wow. I don't even know what to say. And there you go. There's number 2. And then you're going to call the local doula. And here, this is the tip I'm going to give you. This is kind of the tip number 5, really. It's not a thing to do, but it's a tip about making contact. So when you call, you're always going to make it about them. Always make it about them. This is not about you. You are not networking. You are not asking for anything in these calls. You are asking for nothing. You are only paying them a compliment, being authentically sincere and telling them how much you appreciate them and their role in the community or in your life. So I know people all over the country. So I can write a note or pick up the phone and call or text or leave them a voice message or a instant message or Facebook on Messenger. I can do all of that stuff to reach out and just say, hey, I just want you to know how much I really appreciate you. So it doesn't have to be local. If you've got like people in other parts of the country, do it. It doesn't necessarily have to be your local community. But the most important thing, and this is kind of like the bonus tip number 5, and that is you have to be authentic and you have to make it about them. Don't make up crap because people can see right through that. If you're not authentic, they're going to be like, who is this jerk? Don't do that. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. But instead, let's say you're the fertility, let's say you're an acupuncturist and you are all about the fertility thing. You want to meet with a doula. And there's the one doula in town, kind of new. Nobody really knows her, but you are like, I'm going to be her friend. So you reach out, you contact her, whatever your method is. And instead of saying, hello, Miss Doula, my name is so and so. I'm an acupuncturist and my specialty is fertility. And I really do have the best patients in here. And, if I'd love to, have you come and help my people, but I need to know a little bit about you. Sounds a little off-puttish, right? A little off-putting. Instead, when they are paraprofessionals or people that are other practitioners like yourself, they just have a different specialty. They do a different thing, health coach, whatever it is, dietary coach, whatever. What I want you to do is I want you to go to them and I want you to say, hey, my name is so and so. I'm Rhonda. I just wanted to come and introduce myself and let you know that I would really love to know more about what you do because I'm looking for people that I can refer to. And I work a lot with fertility patients. I know you're new in the area and you're a doula. And I'd love to know, like, what part of this is your specialty? What do you love? So that when I have a referral, I can refer the right people to you because I want to send the right people to you. Tell me a little bit about what you've got going on so I know how I can best refer. Oh my gosh, you just became their hero. So people always want to talk about themselves. And that's the temptation that you, my friend, have to avoid. You can't go into this just yapping it up by yourself. You have to go into this with the intention of serving, being authentic, and giving complimentary, paying all the compliments, pay it forward, and then asking them more about them so that you know how to refer. That's how you're going to work with the paraprofessionals in your community. It is so easy. You will make so many new friends, and there's no cold calling involved because you're not there to promote what you do. What you are doing is you're highlighting and emphasizing all the amazing things that other people are doing. And you're genuinely curious about how they do their magic, especially as it comes to these other practitioners. What do you do? I'd love to refer to you. And here's how you know whether someone is not a good person to be on your list. Here's how you know. You ready? It's really simple. The way you know is when you start off nice and you just say, hey, my name is Rhonda. You're a doula in town. I'm just so happy to meet you. I want to make sure I'm referring, what I just said. All you're going to go through your spiel. When the person comes back and they say, well, yes, my name is Janice, and I graduated from such and such a school on such and such a date. And I have been in this world practicing in this other state for so many years. And I do this and I this and and then more and I have this, and I have a proprietary process that I do with all of my clients, and I don't take discounts, and I don't do da, da, da. When you start hearing all that, they're probably not going to be a good friend. They're not going to be a good partner for you because networking is about give and take. But somebody's got to enter the relationship giving. We give, we give, we give. But someone like that, in my example, is a taker. And those people are never going to play in the sandbox nice. So just scratch that one off your list, draw a line through it with a big heart at the end that says, love you, see you. Don't let the door hit you on the butt on the way out. Love you. Bye-bye. And then move on. Because now you know who can play with you in the sandbox, who's going to play nice with the toys and share. And that's what we want to build is a network of people that are going to share and care and take care of each other. Because listen, there's no way you can take care of all the people that have bad backs or pain or, constipation, for Pete's sakes. There's so many patients. There's lots of room for everybody. So our jobs, if you want to grow your practice, I'm telling you, this strategy works and it works every dang time. So are you ready? I'm going to review it as we wrap up. Number 1, You are a high achiever. I know this about you, or you would not be listening. I want you to make a list of 50 people, macro, sorry, and micro, and everybody in between. So big, higher picture people like, maybe the head of a corporation or head of a department or a banker or something like that. Okay. Big macro, all the way down to micro, which are people that serve your particular patients and everybody in between. That's number one, list of 50. Number two, you're going to research, and maybe but you're going to find at least one thing that you know about them. Number three, you're going to write down the method of contact that you want to reach them. So that might be phone, might be text, it might be a video, like a Loom video, whatever it is. You're going to make a note of, you think, okay, this is the way I first want to contact them. Then you're going to do 3 a week and just write down the date. Number 4, you're going to write down the date that you contacted them. Okay. Now you got a list of 50. So listen, that's a lot of weeks. So basically, once every 4 months, 5 months or so, you're just going to go right back through your list again. You're going to write down your next date that you contacted them. And you maybe have had some interaction in the meantime with them. You may decide to take them off your list altogether because you conquered that one and you have another one to add. So if you make a goal of just doing 3 a week, I'm telling you, your practice is going to transform because now you're coming at relationships from a completely different perspective. It's not about you. You make it about them. You find out what they're good at, what their superpower is, compliment them. If you can't refer to them necessarily, then compliment them and just say, "Hey, I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you're doing a great job. And I just want you to know, if I ever need braces, I'm going to come see you." And just be a good neighbor. When you network, you're just trying to be a good neighbor. You're just letting people know that you just appreciate them. Be a good human. Just be a good human. Be kind. Don't be the I person. If you're the I person, you need counseling. I'm telling you, this is not about you, my friend. I know we all want to make it about us, but in business, it's not that way. When you put the other person first and you make it about them, it always turns back around and comes back to you over and over and over and over and over again. So there you go. That's what I got for you today. This is a new, different, powerful way to network that will grow your practice fast and make you everyone's favorite person. Even if you're an introvert, this strategy will work for you. All right, friend. Thanks for listening. Love having you here. If you love the podcast, please take a minute, rate, review, and subscribe. Always subscribe, but leave me a review. I read them. I love them. And I love to know that this is impacting you in a very positive way as you're working towards growing your practice and making a successful practice, having a retirement, living the life you love, but most importantly, serving the patients that you really are here to take care of. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back on the Clinical Entrepreneur Podcast next week. Bye for now.